The person who made you feel the most anxious might be the one you call your soulmate, and that's exactly why you can't let them go. You replay their messages. You overanalyze their silence. You still wonder if things could have worked out differently, because what felt like chemistry may have been something else entirely. It may have been anxiety. And once you understand why, you'll never look at your strongest attractions the same way again. If this feels uncomfortably familiar, you're not alone. Many people believe love is supposed to feel intense. Butterflies, anticipation, longing, the fear of losing someone, the relief when they finally choose you. So when a person makes your heart race, you assume it must mean something important. But here's the contradiction. The relationships that make you feel the most can also make you lose yourself the fastest, because intensity and intimacy are not the same thing. And the people who create the strongest emotions are not always the people who care for you the most. So, why do the people who make us feel the worst often become the hardest to forget? Think about the last person you couldn't stop thinking about. How much time did you spend waiting? Waiting for a text, waiting for reassurance, waiting for them to become consistent. Now think about how you felt when they finally replied. Your chest relaxed, your mood changed, the anxiety disappeared, and your brain labeled that feeling as connection. But it wasn't connection, it was relief. Relief from uncertainty, relief from rejection, relief from the fear of losing them. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between feeling loved and feeling better, and that's where many people get trapped. Because the same person causing your anxiety becomes the person you rely on to make it stop. Here's the disturbing part. The more anxious someone makes you feel, the more powerful their reassurance can become. And the more powerful their reassurance becomes, the harder they are to leave. Predictable affection feels safe. Unpredictable affection feels exciting, and excitement is easy to mistake for love. This is called intermittent reinforcement. It's the same psychological pattern that makes slot machines addictive. You never know when the reward is coming. That's exactly why you keep chasing it. Some relationships work the same way. Attention. Distance, affection, withdrawal, hope, disappointment. Every small moment of closeness feels valuable because it's inconsistent. You don't become attached to who they are. You become attached to the possibility of finally feeling secure. The uncertainty becomes the relationship. You tell yourself, if I just say the right thing, if I just give them more time, if I just prove my worth, then everything will finally make sense. But here's what most people miss. If someone consistently cared for you, you wouldn't need to decode them. The confusion isn't proof of depth, it's proof of inconsistency. This next realization can be difficult to hear. Sometimes the people who make us feel the strongest emotions remind us of experiences we've had before. Maybe you learned early in life that love had to be earned. Maybe attention was inconsistent. Maybe affection felt unpredictable. So your nervous system adapted. It learned to associate uncertainty with connection. Now, when someone is emotionally unavailable, part of you doesn't see danger. It sees familiarity. You become hyper-aware of their moods. A delayed reply ruins your day. A single compliment changes your week. Their attention feels valuable because it feels scarce. And scarcity creates emotional intensity. That's why calm, healthy relationships can feel strange at first. There's no guessing, no chasing. No emotional roller coaster, no need to prove yourself. And if you're used to chaos, peace can feel unfamiliar. Not because it's wrong, but because your nervous system isn't being activated. Imagine someone you know starts dating a person who seems perfect in the beginning. They text constantly. They talk about the future. They make them feel special. Then everything changes. Messages become inconsistent. Plans get canceled. Affection comes and goes. One day, they're deeply invested. The next day, they seem distant. So the person starts trying harder. They check their phone every few minutes. They reread old conversations. They replay every interaction in their mind. They lose sleep, wondering what changed. Their friends say, this relationship is making you miserable, but they can't walk away. Not because they're deeply loved, because they're deeply hooked. Every small moment of attention now feels like a reward. An apology feels meaningful. A good morning text feels extraordinary. A tiny sign of affection feels like hope. They're no longer experiencing love. They're experiencing relief, and relief can feel addictive. Think about the person you've struggled the hardest to forget. Did you feel safe with them? Or did you feel relieved whenever they temporarily stopped making you anxious? Did you feel accepted? Or did you feel like you had to earn their attention? Did you love who they consistently were? Or did you become attached to the moments when they finally chose you? Because those are not the same thing. Love creates safety. Uncertainty creates craving. And craving can feel exactly like love until you look closer. Healing begins when you stop asking, "Why can't I let them go?" and start asking, "What was I hoping they would finally give me?" Because you weren't chasing a person. You were chasing certainty. You were chasing reassurance. You are chasing relief. And the hardest truth is this: the person creating your anxiety cannot become the cure for it. No amount of waiting will turn inconsistency into security. No amount of hope will turn confusion into clarity. And no amount of love will make someone choose you consistently if they don't want to. The next time someone gives you butterflies, pause before calling it chemistry. Ask yourself, do I feel calm around this person? Or do I feel emotionally activated? Do I feel chosen? Or do I feel like I'm competing for their attention? Because the people who make you question your worth often feel unforgettable. Not because they're your soulmate, but because uncertainty convinced you they were. You call it chemistry because anxiety feels familiar. But healthy love doesn't leave you waiting for relief. Healthy love feels like peace.